Good evening, folks, from the Iron Range up north in Minnesota. Coming to you from Chisholm, Minnesota, for this game between the Mpls Bantam B1 Bla and Brainerd tonight. This is the first game of the Hibbing Adam Johnson Memorial Tournament. This one of the larger tournaments to be held in the state. There are 16 teams in this tournament. There are 4 pools. The Storm are in the D pool, along with Brainerd, Warroad, and Cloquet. So those will be the 3 teams the Storm will face in their pool, and then based on where they finish in that pool, they will have a game, either 1 game or 2 games on Sunday. If they finish first in their pool, they'll move into the championship bracket and would play 2 games on Sunday. If they finish second, third, or fourth, they'll end up with just 1 game on Sunday. We are in this Chisholm City Sports Arena. It's a rather cozy have this game tonight. They will have 2 games tomorrow. They don't play until I believe it is 1 or 1:30 tomorrow, and then a later game in the evening, 7:45 I think in the evening, or 8 o'clock in the evening, something like that. So the Storm come in ranked 19th in the state according to youthhockeyhub.com, by virtue of their win on last weekend. Last Saturday evening, they went down to New Ulm and won that game, and that moved them up a little bit in the rankings. But this Brainerd team comes in a little bit below the Storm in the rankings. I believe they were somewhere in the neighborhood of 35th or 40th, so this should still be a fairly competitive game here. We are underway as Ben here's Colin on the faceoff. Colin, Otto, and Archie up front starting this game. It's like James Meyer and Cam Adair on D to start this one. This one comes into the Storm offensive zone. Picked up by Archie. Archie centers it out to Colin. Colin fires one. That's off of the pad of the Brainerd goalie, and back they come. Nice feed out front by Archie to get a good look at the net. This one poked away by Colin Moose. Colin through the neutral zone, and he loses control for a second, kicks it back to himself, and he's waiting for some help here as the Stormer in the line change. Centering pass right out there, but Ben Scory couldn't corral that one. Tyson Jung sends this back into the zone. Out it comes again. And this one comes to Ben, and he covers it. 15:31 here left in this opening period. Man, there's a shot. That one's blockered away by Ben. Now here's George. Across the line. Oh, George gets taken into the boards. There's a shot off the mark. Picked up by Griffin. Griffin tries to poke it out of there. Eventually comes to Jackson Gaston, then over to Will Marsh. Will tries to center, but it comes to Brainerd. Now Jackson with it, brings it across the line. The loose puck is poked away by Brainerd. Sent right back in by Cam. That one steered away by Ben. Otto sends it cross ice over for Archie, but knocked back in by Brainerd. Now puck comes out into the neutral zone. Oh, Collins just skates up past it now. He throws it down in and goes off for a line change. This is going to be an icing call. We'll keep it right down here. Here's Jackson on the face-off, or sorry, that's Tyson on the face-off. Tyson at center today after playing defense the last several games when Storm were short a couple players. Storm are back now at full strength here for this tournament. We've got everybody available. Now here is Tyson. Tyson fires one. That is saved by Brainerd. Knocked up into the netting. We'll have a stoppage of play here with 13:01 in the first period. James sends one towards the net. That's blocked. Kept in, or almost kept in by Will Marsh. Squirts away from him. Now Brainerd knocks it into the corner. Centering pass that goes through. This will be an icing call. We'll keep it right here as this one rolls all the way down. So this tournament, the Adam Johnson Memorial Tournament, for those of you who may know, hockey fans who may know the name Adam Johnson, he was a player from this area. I believe he may have been from Hibbing, but or one of the Iron Range towns, Hibbing or Chisholm, Virginia, Eveleth, one of those towns. Very, very good hockey player in this area. Ended up playing several years professionally, and long-time NHL player. Eventually ended up moving over to Europe in the latter part of his career to play, and was in a tragic accident on the ice. Got cut in the neck while on the ice, and essentially died on the ice in a game in Europe. So this tournament named after him. shot by James. James now throws it in. Colin Moose comes down to try to get it. Ben Scoria with a centering chance. Now puck loose in front of the net, and that is covered by the Brainerd goalie. Here's Will Marsh on the faceoff. A loose puck in the circle comes to Brainerd. Pass intercepted by Brainerd and knocked back in. Now Jackson's able to get this one out of there. He dumps it into the Storm offensive zone, but a little too far, and Brainerd's able to pick it up. Now poked away briefly by George. Ooh, almost kept in the zone by backhand. Taken away by Brainerd. There's a shot that's up over Ben's head. Oh, and there's a beautiful goal there by, I think that was Otto, with a nice feed by Colin. Or no, that was Archie. I think Archie got that goal as Archie put it off the crossbar. So that'll make it 1-0 Storm here with 10:24 left in this opening period. So a little more on the Adam Johnson story for some of you relatives that may be listening that are concerned about the fact that a player died on the ice with that tragic accident. Adam, that accident is one of the reasons why Minnesota hockey has now gone to requiring net guards for all players. And all of the Storm players, of course, have neck guards on, as do the Brainerd players. So hopefully that type of accident is somewhat a thing of the past here. Here's back behind the net. He sends it out. Dumped back in. Comes to Ben, and Ben scoops it up. So we'll have a stoppage of play here with 9:34 in the first period. Storm leading 1-0. Here's Jackson with it. Jackson's able to get it out of the zone. That'll be an icing, though. As that one goes all the way down, we'll stay down here in the Storm zone for a face-off. Jackson with the puck. Jackson leaves it for Will Marsh. Will from the circle fires one. That's up over the net. And this one's going to go all the way out and down. And James Meyer will have to chase that one down. Outlet pass to George. George loses the puck, but picked up right away by Jackson. Jackson dumps it in. That one's kept in the zone nicely by the Storm. Although the Brainerd fans did not believe that was the proper call. Otto chasing this one down into the corner. Now he comes away with it. Now Colin with it. Colin back out the back. Beck's going to fire one. Loose in the slot and popped up in the air and eventually got out of there. Now this one comes out of the zone. Storm will have to regroup here as Griffin brings it back in. Oh, Griffin fires one. That one almost beat the goalie, but able to just get a pad on it. And here's Beck. Beck over to Griffin. There's one off the back of the net by Brainerd. Archie throws that a little too hard, and Colin Moose can't handle it. Here comes Colin O'Day. Colin chasing the puck. Now Ben Scory with it. Ben behind the net. James sends that back down. Colin Lewis chases it. James Meyer cross ice over to Tyson. Tyson back trying to center the back, but poked away by Brainerd. Now here's Colin Moose. Cross over to Tyson. Tyson fires one and the goalie deflects it off the back wall and then covers it. This one chipped into the corner by James. Jackson and Will Marsh trying to wrestle it out of there. George comes over, takes his man into the board. And there's a shot at Ben, but Ben covers that one. So 5:42 left in the first period. Still 1-0 Storm. As Colin O'Day comes in on the face-off. That one won by Brainerd. There's a shot at Ben, but he kicks that away with a pad. Now Colin picks up the loose puck. He's trying to get it out of the zone. He does. Picked right back up by Brainerd, though, and they're going to dump it back in. Ben grabs that with a glove and freezes it. So a line change for both teams and face off in the Storm zone. Here's Tyson on the faceoff. Tyson, Colin Moose, and Ben Scorey on the front line now. James and Cam on D. Now James with it. Now Ben Scorey knocks it in deep. And back out comes Brainerd, though. Intercepted there by Will Marsh briefly. Now Will picks up the loose puck again. He fires one toward the net. Brainerd ready for that one. And now here is Cam. The loose puck comes out to Brainerd. We're right back out. Now here's Jackson as he pulls it out of the neutral zone. George goes into the corner to try to grab it. Now out to Griffin. Griffin fires it, goes into the corner, back, knocks it back in. Jackson turns around, tries to fire one. Oh, that one skips over Griffin's stick. He has to go back, but he can get it back down into the zone. That's going to be an ice. So we'll stay back down here in the Storm offensive zone for a face-off with 2:44 in the opening period. Still 1-0 Storm. A lot of back and forth here, but not too many scoring opportunities for either team. Squirts out of there all the way down where James Meyer picks it up. Archie. Here's Colin as he wrestles it away. He comes, fires a shot. That's on net, but knocked down and covered. Colin moves with it in the corner. Colin back to Ben Scorey. Ben steps in. Oh, tries to take a shot. A little off the mark, but now Brainerd comes back with it. That's going to be an offsides on Brainerd. So we will face off right down front here. Tyson on the face-off. This comes back to Griffin. And Brainerd controls. There's a shot knocked down by Ben. Steered away by Griffin. Tyson sends this out, but comes to Brainerd. Girthin skates that behind the net. And that'll be an offsides now on the Storm. So just under a minute left here in the first period. Will Marsh on the faceoff. He knocks it into the zone. Jackson chasing it down. Centering it out, and comes to Brainerd. Here's a shot by Will Marsh as he got that off his stick quickly. Now George with it. Back out to the point. Here's Cam, which fires one. That one's tipped into the corner. Kept in the zone by James. Now kept in by Will Marsh. And now we're going to have a little pushing and shoving there by George and the defender for Brainerd. I think we're going to have both of them called for roughing or something. So we will have still 5-on-5 hockey, but both teams will have a player in the box for the last 10 seconds of this period and 1:50 of period number 2. And that one gets out, comes to Cam. And that will be the end of the first period with the score Minneapolis 1 and Brainerd nothing. So it looks like they're going to do a resurface here after this period. So my guess is they do a resurface after every 2 periods. And so we'll have a resurface now, and then we'll play through between period 2 and 3. So we'll take a 15-minute break or so here while they resurface the ice, and we'll be back in 15. All right, we are done with the resurface as the Zamboni's done his thing, and teams are now back on the ice, ready to start this second period here. Storm leading 1-0 on a goal mid-period by Archie Reardon. I believe that was Archie's goal. I didn't catch it exactly, but he was the one in the front of the line celebrating, so I'm assuming that was his goal. Ben Just solid in goal so far as he's stopped everything that's come his way. They're not tracking shots on goal here, or at least not putting it on the scoreboard. I'm not sure the scoreboard has the capability of displaying it. As I mentioned, it's a rather cozy rink here with only 5 rows of seats in the stands, and stands are kind of crammed around 3/4 of this rink, and very low ceiling here, so not much room for much of a scoreboard at all. So Storm will be going right to left this time. Looks like they're going to start off with Will Marsh, Jackson Gaston, and they're missing a player here. We need 5 guys. They only got 4 on the ice here, and Storm are very confused right now. Now they send out Otto Hutchins. So it looks like it'll be Otto, Will, and Jackson Gaston on the front line to start here. You got Beck and Griffin on D. Here's Jackson with it in the corner. Comes to Will Marsh. Will flicks it back out into the slot, but it's picked up by Brainerd. There's a shot all the way through. Puck kept in the zone by Will Marsh. Will dumps it down. There's a loose puck picked up by Archie. Archie centers it back out, but there's no one there. Oh, shot on net there by Griffin. The goalie had fallen down and not able to get in position, but just able to get a pad on it. Now Beck sends this across to Will Marsh. Will sends it back in. Shot by Beck is wide of the net. Now here's one from Griffin. And that one floats into the Brainerd goalie's glove. So we'll have a stoppage of play and a line change for both teams. Just underway here in the second period. Here's Colin on the face-off. Colin wins it up back to Cam. Cam sends it down in. Colin chips it into the corner here as Colin moves with it. Colin trying to center it out, but couldn't quite get a stick there. Get enough on it. Here's Colin, moves behind the net. Sends it out to Beck. Back from the point, backfires one. Oh, loose puck. Oh, fired by Tyson. Got 2 swacks at it, but goalie in position. Oh, now nice shot there by Jackson. Jackson is able to lift it up and try to get it up over the goalie's shoulder, but knocked down and covered. Will Marsh on the faceoff. Will picks up the loose puck, skates it behind the net, sends it out. Now Will again in the circle. Will fires one. There's a loose puck, but covered by Brainerd. Here's Will Marsh on the faceoff. This one comes to the Storm, knocked in by James. Defense by James there as he's able to wrestle that one away. Loose puck comes to Will Marsh. Will skates it up, sends it across. That one's dumped in by George as he goes off for a change. Puck comes all the way down for Griffin. Griffin now is going to send it out. Otto with it. Otto dumps it into the corner. Kept in by Archie. Archie then fires one toward the net. And that one is loose. He still doesn't know where it is. And Collins now going to get called for a penalty on that one. So Brainerd will go on the power play as Colin gets called for the roughing or elbowing. I'm not sure what did not see the call, but I think he hit his man a little bit too late after he gotten rid of the puck. First look at our power play for Brainerd. This one's knocked out of the zone. Here's Tyson trying to chase them down and make a bid for a shorthanded goal there. Now he wrestles another one away, but Brainerd there to pick it up. Nice job by Tyson. He's doing a great job killing the penalty here. Oh, this one knocked away by Will Marsh. As he was trying to get a breakaway opportunity. Now this one goes all the way down. Cam picks it up in the corner. Now Will Marsh. Will's going to skate it around his man. Now he gets in. Oh, a nice shot by Will Marsh as he's able to get in deep, beat his man, and get a shot away, but nice save by the Brainerd goalie. So 42 seconds left on the penalty to Colin. This one's kept in by Griffin. Griffin with it again. He's going to send it right back in. except that's going to be offsides on the Storm. So center ice face-off here for Will Marsh. Will knocks it into the Brainerd zone. He's back. Beck sends it all the way on down. That'll be an icing on the Storm. As we have 6 seconds left in the power play for Brainerd. Colin waiting to come out of the box. The Storm can get a hold of one here now. Now Colin comes out of the box if they see him. That one's still in the zone for the Storm now. Brainerd wrestles it away. Sent back in by George. And that'll be an icing on Brainerd, so we will come back down for an offensive zone face-off for the Storm. Still 1-0 here. A lot of back and forth, but nobody able to get it in the net here. Griffin. Griffin over to Beck. Beck's going to skate this through the neutral zone. Colin in the corner. Now he tries to send it back to Otto. Loose puck comes to Archie. Now Archie skates it in. Oh, loose puck, but just poked away by Brainerd. Now there's a shot by Griffin. This one pops up in the air. And apparently Colin didn't learn his lesson the first time as he did it again. And he's now going to get called for the penalty again. Another power play here for Brainerd. As the Storm are not helping themselves out here. Brainerd on the power play that goes into the corner. There's Cam. Cam and Colin moves with it. Shot wide of the net. Now this one's knocked out of the zone. Here's Colin moves as he comes to pick it up. Centers it out nicely. Ooh, I got it right over to Tyson, but just a little past the stick. Now Colin moves out to James. James is going to fire one. That one's knocked into the corner by the goalie. One minute left on the penalty. Here's James with a shot. Now Tyson backhands one back into the slot, but comes to Brainerd. Picked up again by Will Marsh, but the Storm are offsides. Beck sends that one around. "15 seconds left on the penalty to Colin. This one's sent all the way down. That's going to be an icing. So 1 second left now on the Storm penalty. So they've effectively killed off another one. 6:34 left in the second period. Again, still 1-0 Storm. Shot by James, steered away by Brainerd. And I'm going to make a prediction right now that Colin is going to end up taking a seat on the bench here because he has still not learned his lesson and is hitting well after the play. He's going to get called again for his third penalty, and that will send him to the showers early. And nice shot by Brainerd, but Ben just right there to cover that, or glove it. Yeah, we got a whistle here. I don't know what that call was. Yeah, I guess they're just going to drop the puck again. Here's Otto with it. Otto, and he sends it right into the crease. Now backfires one. That one goes wide. Oh, loose puck. And another shot. Knocked down by Brainerd. There's a shot by Beck off the mark. Now Griffin's going to try to, he sends one down. Now Otto behind the net. Tries to send it out, but that one goes all the way down. No, I don't know about that call. That looked like that was deflected out, and they still called unless that was off of a Brainerd player, they still called icing on that one. So Storm will take it to come back down for an offensive zone faceoff here with 5:01 left. Shot by James, gloved by Brainerd. And we'll do it again. shot knocked down by Ben. This one goes all the way down. It'll be played by the Brainerd goalie. This one comes out to Cam. Cam fires one. Saved by Brainerd. Puck in the slot. Now comes to George. George is going to send it back out to Beck. Beck backhands it down into the slot, but comes to Brainerd. There's a shot blockered away by Ben. Beck kicks it out, comes to Otto. Now we got a 3-on-1. Oh, that shot just off the mark by Otto. This one comes out of the zone. Archie knocks it back in briefly. Kept in by Otto. And there's a shot by Griffin. And this will be an icing on Brainerd. So offensive zone faceoff for the Storm with 2:38 left in the second period. Here's Tyson Jung on the faceoff. That one goes into the corner, rustled away briefly by Colin Moose. Cam. Here's Colin Moose as he brings it into the zone. He's got Tyson on the other side if he can get it to him. He thinks better of it. Reverses again. Now he sends one right in. And that is covered by Brainerd. Nice job by Colin Moose to get that shot away. Now here's Will Marsh on the faceoff. Puck comes to George. George sends it right out to Will. Oh, and Will with a great opportunity there, but that goes just off of the goalie's shoulder. Now Will with it again. Will still with control. He's trying to get it over to Jackson, but can't do it now. Here's Jackson. Has it briefly, but outlet comes to Brainerd. Knocked right back in by Will. And that's pops out, so Griffin retrieves it. No icing call on that one, as we had a touch on that one. Yeah, it's Jackson. Collins takes a shot, but then goes down. There's a shot that's knocked down by Ben. Beck. Shot deflected by George. Storm still can't get it out of their zone. Now it comes out. Wrestled away by Collin, but that's the end of the period. So no scoring in that period as both teams volleyed it back and forth, but score remains 1-0 Minneapolis. So I hadn't noticed this earlier, but looks like we're doing 17-minute periods here. As opposed to, I believe our district games are normally 15 minutes. So a little bit longer game time here for these. And then, of course, we have the resurface. So this game is nearing an hour and 15 minutes at this point, and we're just entering the third period, so this one is going to likely go a good hour 45 or close to it. So Storm are going to start off this third period with O'Day, Hutchins, and Reardon on the front line. Dare and Meyer on D. Here's the face-off. This one comes to Brainerd. Shot wide of the net. Sends it down. That'll be an icing call. So face-off in the Brainerd offensive zone. Tyson wins it. Back to now. Tyson loses control. Brainerd then slaps it back in. Shot on net. That one's kicked away by Ben. Now here's Tyson with it through the neutral zone. He sends it back across, but that's a little too much for Colin Moose. He needed a rest anyway. Now back to George. George shovels it in. And this is going to be an ice on Brainerd. So we'll stay back down here for a Storm offensive zone face-off with 15:27 left in this game. Will Marsh on the draw. Jackson and George with him. Now here's George. He skates it into the crease and gets a backhand shot, and there's a goal as that one pops out, and Will Marsh picked up the loose puck and put it in the net, so that'll now make it 2-0 in favor of the Storm. a much needed goal for the Storm as they put a little bit of distance between them and Brainerd here. A loose puck picked up by Will Marsh, and Will flips it up and out of play. O'Day on the face-off, knocked into the zone by Otto. James fires one. That one bounces back out. And goalie comes out to cover that one as Colin goes down. A lot of rebounds on this goalie as he's in good position, able to knock him down, but he's not able to corral him. So, but Storm, at least up until that last one by Will Marsh, have not been able to take advantage of the rebound. Now here's James, fires one. That's off the back of someone. There's a shot by Brainerd, scooped up by Ben. 14-10 left in this game. 2-0 Storm. Goals by Archie Reardon and Will Marsh. Tyson with the loose puck. He sends it into the center ice. Picked up by Ben Scory now. Over to Tyson now. Back to... Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful play there between the Storm. As Colin Moose is able to get one to flip it up, but it was just past the corner of the net. Now here's Brainerd with a breakaway opportunity. That one saved by Ben. Shot high over the net. A loose puck comes to Beck. And there's a shot at Ben. Swatted away. He makes another save. This one goes all the way down. That's going to be nice on the Storm. Not a bad icing call as the Storm was getting a little gassed. So offensive zone face-off for Brainerd here. Puck comes out of the zone. Shot blockered away by Ben. Will Marsh gets taken down. Now this one comes out of the zone, wrestled away by Will Marsh, and now Will goes down. A loose puck comes to George briefly, but wrestled away by Brainerd, and back they come. This one. And this one's poked away. Here's Otto with an opportunity here as he gets in, and and that one is steered toward the net, but it pops right into the goalie's stomach, and he's able to cover it. Here's O'Day on the face-off. Out to the point to Griffin. Griffin fires one. That's redirected into the corner. Collin trying to wrestle it away. Out to the point. Griffin. Griffin fires one. Steered up into the netting. Stoppage of play in an offensive zone face-off for the Storm as they get a fresh set of skaters in. 11:32 left in this game. And loose puck in the slot there. Now this one skates all the way out as Beck was out of position there. Now Tyson back to Colin Moose, but poked away. A lot of bodies on the ice here as both teams are getting some hits in here. Well, here's Cam, skates it behind the net, outlets to Ben Scory. Ben across to Colin Moose. Colin is going to just dump it in as he goes off for a rest. And now we're going to have another penalty on the Storm as Will Marsh gets called. So another power play opportunity here. Storm leading 2-0 here, but really have not looked all that sharp today. A fair amount of energy from the team, but just some sloppy play and a lot of unnecessary penalties here. There's a shot saved by Ben. Colin wrestles that one away. That one's going to go all the way into the corner. The Brainerd fans wanted a trip on that, but that was very clear. The Brainerd player went down on his own. Shot wide of the net. Comes all the way out. Yeah. Otto trying to poke it out of there, but Colin's going to send that one all the way down. That'll be an ice. So 9:42 now left in this slow-moving game here. This one wrestled away by Ben Scory. And Ben sends it toward the net, but it's an easy save for Brainerd. Ben Scory and the face-off comes to Brainerd. A loose puck, a central ice, comes to Archie. Archie passing to someone, not sure who. There's a shot knocked up in the air by Ben. And that went in the net. Ben knocked it up in the air, but it went behind him as he reached back to try to grab it. He couldn't corral it, and it went into the net. So that will make it 2-1. Very dangerous spot here for the Storm to be in as they up only a goal here, and they're one shot away from being in a tie game here. Puck comes out of the zone. Brainerd will have to regroup here. Oh, takes a funny bounce and stays out of the neutral zone. Now here's Cam with it. Cam's going to skate it through. He just shovels it down in. And that's going to be an ice. So we'll stay back down here for a Storm offensive zone faceoff with 8:19 left in this one now. Storm just unable to put this Brainerd team away as they have really not looked terribly sharp here. This one's kept in by Griffin, but knocked right back out by Brainerd, and now they're going to take a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Archie chips this out of the zone. Colin then knocks it in, chases it down. Colin redirects it back behind the net. There's a loose puck, and this one rolls to the net and covered by Brainerd as Colin was trying to get a stick on that to poke it away and knock it in. So 7.5 left in this one. Here's Tyson on the face-off in the Storm offensive zone. Comes down deep. Kept in, though, by Cam. Oh, shot by Tyson. Now wrestled away by Colin Moose. Comes out to James. James fires it wide of the net. Now Ben Scory. He sends it right out front again. Backhanded down by Cam. And now we're going to have a penalty on Brainerd, I believe. So that's going to be a cross-check on Brainerd. So now the Storm will go on the power play here. Yes, we'll get a second look at their power play. Actually, is this the first power play for the Storm? First or second power play, anyway, and there's a face-off that goes all the way down. That's not the way to do it. Now here's James. James skates it in. Back with it. Beck sends it back to Colin Moose. Here's Colin with it. Up to the Storm are now off sides as they seem a little bit out of sorts here, trying to get something going on their power play. Will Marsh on the face-off. Colin Moose to James. James dumps it. Brainerd then sends it out. Colin Moose picks up the loose puck though, and this one's sent in by Griffin. Now Cam with the loose puck, skates it in. Will Marsh now puck pops out front, and Collins sends it back toward the net, but saved by Brainerd. Kept in by Griffin. Colin along the boards. Colin sends it in deep, comes to Will Marsh. Low circle, he goes off the boards to Cam. Now Cam back to Will. Back to Cam. Cam from the slot. Cam fires one. Will Marsh fires another one, and that one goes in. As I believe that was Will Marsh again. It popped up and over the goalie's head and was able to find its way right into the corner of the net as it rolled in there. So that now makes it 3-1 as the Storm able to put a little space in between them and Brainerd again with exactly 5 minutes left in this one. Colin moves, so he makes a bid at one, but couldn't get a stick on it. Now he picks up the loose puck briefly, but comes to Brainerd. And Brainerd outlets. Ben Scory now with it, back to Tyson. Tyson through neutral. And Brainerd fans quite upset at the lack of offsides call, and they have I think they've had a point on a couple of them, but most of them have been good calls. But Brainerd outlets. So under 4 minutes now. Here's George in the corner. He's going to send it across to Will Marsh. Will chips it through neutral. Griffin. Brainerd comes back with it. And there's a shot on goal, but scooped up by Ben. Now we got a timeout by Brainerd here with 3:21 left in this game. I suspect Brainerd is talking about if and when to pull their goalie, as they are down 2 with a little over 3 minutes to go in this one. So we'll have a face-off in the Brainerd offensive zone here. O'Day on the face-off. Tied up at his feet now, eventually comes to Cam. Otto trying to get it out of the zone. And Brainerd has pulled their goalie, so empty net now for the Storm. If they can wrestle the puck away. This one's sent down by James, but that's an ice on the Storm. So another offensive zone face-off here for Brainerd as they have the man advantage. They've pulled their goalie and 6-on-5. That one's kept in the zone. Here's a shot from outside. That one steered up into the back wall. 2:30 now left in this one. This one comes out of the zone. Brainerd will have to regroup. Puck tied up in the corner. Storm is happy to let it sit there as this clock continues to run. Under 2 minutes now. Oh, and there's one. Centered out and a shot by Brainerd, but nice job by Ben to get in front of that one and cover it. So 1:45 left in this one. 2-goal lead for the Storm. Looking to start this Hibbing tournament off with a win. Now another puck loose in the slot. Oh, another nice save by Ben as he's able to get a pad on that one, and that one came toward the net. Cam tried to knock it down, but he actually knocked it right into Ben, but he's able to cover it. A minute and a half left. O'Day on the face-off, comes to Brainerd. Comes out of the zone. And this one's poked away by Otto. Otto trying to get the empty net goal. Now Archie pokes it away. Oh, great save by Ben. What a save by Ben as he's able to keep that out of the net. Brainerd with a golden opportunity there. And Ben took it away from him. Now Colin moves. Now Archie with it. Backhands it back into neutral. And now we're going to have a Colin moves getting away. And there's the, almost the empty net goal. That was just off of the side of the net. Now Colin. Oh, and Colin makes a bid for the goal, but saved by Brainerd. Colin dumps it back into the zone. Backhanded in by Ben Scory, and that'll be the end of the game as Storm are going to take this one 3-1. So they'll start off with a win in this Hibbing tournament. So 2 goals by Will Marsh and a goal by Archie Reardon. And Storm, as I mentioned, will be in action again tomorrow afternoon. I believe it was 1:15 or 1:30, somewhere thereabouts. It's a one something game tomorrow afternoon. They will be playing in Hibbing tomorrow at the fairgrounds. So that'll be our first look at that venue.